Cage. Cage is eating some gummy snacks over there. And
It's
what is it? Swedish?
Little Mandalorian. Ian came home. This is what he wanted. He wanted a little. There's Baby Yoda. That's a little Mandalorian over there. We got like a little. There's a chip pieces, a little Yoda. Somebody chewing.
Awesome.
I'll try to mute the chewing.
Oh.
Yeah, dinner.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's dinner, nutritious. So, Luca Nation, guys, we first we want to welcome you guys back to another episode of Luca's Tigers and Bronze. Oh my, guys, we got to say thank you. It's been an amazing ride up to this point, and we're really excited for what the future holds. And we feel that excitement every day when you guys engage with us in the DMs, in the Discord, when you ask us questions, when you make some of the plays that we gave you and you give us feedback. Hey, this worked. This was great. And this one, I didn't realize this so guys, I wanted to just take a moment here. Thank our community. Thank all of you guys that supported us from day 1, day 200, or you've joined us maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago from the 10 for 10. And we hope we're doing a good job. And the people that are listening for the first time, we really started this podcast with no backer, no investors, just Cage and I. We wanted to share our experiences with you guys and hopefully make you guys laugh a little bit, make you guys forget about what normal life is like, and learn about how to make money, how the financial system works, how the sports card system works, how the hobby works. And honestly, we're learning alongside of you guys, and we're excited where the future holds. I also want to say, I got to give a shout out to PSA and Nat Turner today. And I'll tell you guys why. So if you haven't seen this, Gary released V-Friends on 5/5 about 4 months ago. Yesterday he did something cool where he took his 1-of-1 Doodles artwork and he sent those to PSA. And they graded them. They graded them as authentic, true 1-of-1s. And they then got auctioned off at Christie's. Why am I thanking PSA? Why am I thanking Nat Turner and giving him praise? I'll tell you, we always say the snake follows the head, the body follows the head, right? Well, I don't think, and this is just speculation, that with old PSA management, they would have done such a progressive move, right? This is very innovative. This is different than what PSA has ever done to grade what's seemingly an unlicensed drawing as this authentic slab and bridge the community between NFT and sports cards, bridge the community between these new digital collectibles with this kind of ancient, old school way of collecting. So I think, and this, guys, some people are going to agree with me. Some people are going to think this is the stupidest thing ever. For me, I thought this was a really progressive and very courageous move to go and agree to grade something like this and be a part of what I think is a really cool project with V-Friends, as well as kind of auctioning off tangible items on Christie's. Cage, I caught you by surprise there, but do you agree with that? Is that something PSA would have done previously? What did you think about that move?
I like it. Maybe not for the reasons you're saying, but PSA has become sort of like the the bellwether of the industry, right? It's sort of like PSA is doing it, and then it's good. If PSA is not doing it, it's not. Everybody kind of chases PSA. Everybody wants their cards in PSA slab and all that other fun stuff. And you could argue that NFTs, digital cards, digital assets are competition for tangible assets and therefore pose a threat to PSA. And I think that they were measured in their approach because Gary has been out there preaching about or. We're here preaching about or as well, that it doesn't have to be and instead of or, right? That it doesn't have to be an or proposition, that it should be an and thing. It's part of why we're doing our own NFT, right? We want people who are in NFTs to listen to us and get them in the cards. People who are not card people, they may realize that minting an NFT is very similar to opening a pack of cards. And, there are some benefits to having a tangible asset that aren't there with digital, and vice versa. We're trying to introduce people who are in the card space to digital assets, whether it be the Panini brand, the Top Shot brand, Wax, Tops, Candy, DraftKings, or just a traditional, NFT on OpenSea or any other platform, like we're going to be doing with Luca's Tigers. And I got to tell you, good for them. because why I say it's measured is because Gary is not out there saying NFTs are going to kill cards. He's saying the exact opposite. So if they were going to embrace the NFT world, they did it with a good ambassador. You know what I mean? That he's going to be out there saying, "Hey, these are digital, drawings, et cetera, et cetera." I don't know whether PSA sees an avenue in this for themselves for continued grading. I mean, maybe some of the artists that have tangible art that they turn into digital art, maybe they can slab the originals. I mean, I think it's a good move by them. It is a cool progressive thing, and it gets people talking.
1,000%. And guys, as this happens time and time again, you give credit for Gary, 8 million followers, Nat Turner PSA, $700 million business. I got to give a shout out to YamWax. Before there was VeeFriends combining tangible and intangible, Yam did the tangible and NFT with the Elon Musk. And he very much paved the way where he went ahead and got that Elon Musk card slabbed, graded, sent that out to people. And then he also attached the NFT version with the same serial number and sent that to them to the MetaMask. So got to give Yam a shout out. If you guys are listening and don't know YamWax, shoot him a DM, because this is someone that understands culture, understands the marketplace really, really well. But more than anything, he's one of those people that's like, to me, it reminds me of a natural born teacher. If teachers were incentivized the right way and paid the right amount of money, this is the talent you would get, because no matter what, I've never seen this guy lose his cool, never lose his patience. He's always willing to take the time to answer questions and help people. I think he's one of the best ambassadors for NFTs and sports cards and the bridge between the two. So, guys, if you don't know YamWax, reach out. Now, let's talk really quickly, as we never talk quickly about anything, about our own NFT.
I talk quickly, just not the way you
so,
mean. You mean guys, be brief.
Be brief. You do talk quickly. We got a lot of messages last night, more than I expected. It's like after Vegas Summit, everyone's back.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
First off, it wasn't just from people at our table. It was from people from all 5 tables who were sending us messages. It wasn't just our table.
I can't believe that was deleted. That was a hilarious post.
The best table. I mean, I don't know DJ Ski or anything, but I'm sure he's awesome. What's the matter?
No, I got a text literally about the table right now. No, that was fun, man. And honestly, guys, with that kind of stuff, let's just have some fun. I'm going to leave it at that. But with our NFT, guys, we got a ton of different questions, but let's start with something super, super, super basic. How do you buy Ether? How do you set up your MetaMask wallet? So we're going to have a ton of tutorials. Shout out to 1:37 p.m. Tyler, I've seen you grow that business. You do an amazing job, Tyler Schmitty. We're going to reference some of the 137 articles. But guys, if you really want to make it basic, you go to MetaMask, you hit create a wallet, and you can now, just really recently they added this, I believe, is you can buy Ethereum with Apple Pay. It's that simple. That's how I think about it. So if you're having trouble, if you really kind of want to do it the simplest way, create a MetaMask account, link your Apple Pay. You could buy Ethereum right there. No questions asked. Please, please, please remember the secret passphrase, the seed phrase. Make sure to write that down. Save the CSV on your computer. Do it whatever you need to do, but make sure to save that. That's super, super important. So that's basic stuff about the NFT. Anything you want to talk about Lucas Tigers with what we got going on, Cage?
Yeah, I mean the response based on yesterday's episode is amazing. Thank you guys, and it runs everything from, I can't wait. Is there a maximum to how many I can buy, which we got quite a few times, to I've never bought one before. Will you guys help me and walk me through the process step by step? And the answer, of course, is yes. And, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, wow, I don't know how to do this. I'm just going to sit this one out. I wish I could get in it. Jump in our Discord, link in the bio, right? Jump in the Discord and jump right into the jungle, which is what we call it. Welcome to the jungle. And just say, hey, look, I really want to get in on this, but I don't know how. Let's walk through it. We're probably going to do, some lives over the weekend. We may even just hop on a Zoom with you or a live or whatever it is, maybe we'll do a FaceTime with you and walk you through it. We want everybody who wants to have access to this to be able to have access to it. and show you how to do it. So get on there. People in the community have already been helping others in the community before we even have a chance to do it. So that's pretty awesome to see as well. And I don't know what time you'll be listening to this, guys, but we have a link tree. The link's in the bio. Depending upon when you're listening to this episode, hopefully our website for the NFT is up and ready to rock and roll. And
when he says hopefully, it's going to be up. We basically corrected. So I'm a freak like this, guys. I'm a control freak. I'm working on it. I'm going to therapy.
Well, I say hopefully because I never know if you're going to give it the thumbs up. That's all.
I was like, change this dark gray charcoal font to black. So Stan, I apologize, man. I don't know why I am the way I am, but I someone told me the devil's in the details, and I took that to heart. So.
But listen, guys, the link tree will be there. Our website will be up there. It'll give you some details. It'll tell you basically our mission statement. Some of our roadmap is on there. What we plan to do during the minting. And if anybody wants maybe a LeBron Chrome PSA 10 rookie, or a Jordan rookie, or a Kobe maybe. Anybody wants an NFT, a big one, one of the biggies. Maybe you want to check it out because those might be part of the roadmap. You never know. So,
and if you want to do a business consulting call with me, you're shit out of luck because I don't know shit.
No, I mean, listen, guys. We talked about it a lot yesterday, and we don't want to kill it because I have an amazing play. One of the plays I'm most excited about in a long time to bring. So I'm happy to get to that. But it's been a little dull after National. We've had a little bit of a lull here in the hobby. It's great that football's back, and we know basketball's going to pick it up. Vegas Summit seems to have ended, and I really do think this NFT should be one of the first, if not the first, for hobby content. And in addition to trying to educate everybody on how to get into this, and then how to get into this other area of investing and just this cool world that's being done. 200,000 wallets spent how many billions of dollars on OpenSea in August, man?
Right. Insane. So you guys know Etsy.
Yep.
OpenSea did more revenue in 16 days than Etsy did the entire month of August. So in half of the month, OpenSea did 3 billion. I think it was 2 to 3 billion in revenue in 200,000 wallets.
Yeah.
200,000.
It's like we like to say in the hobby, first inning. So, I mean, we're hoping we're not boring you with this stuff. We're hoping it's something you want to get, involved in. Some of our OGs are like, we've never done this, but if we were ever going to do it, we're doing it with you guys. Yep. And we love that. It just speaks volumes. We can't say thank you enough to that. And know that we don't take that lightly. And know that this is not something that we plan on dropping next week and never talking about again. Yeah. The exact opposite is the case. We're still going to do sports cards. We'll still do all this stuff, and we really want to bring the audiences together. We want to bring that crypto and those cards and that crypto, the tangible and the digital worlds kind of together, because they really should not be an or, they should be an and. And yeah, man. I mean, listen, the I'm excited about it. Our website will be up. It's going to have a lot of details, a lot of information, and we're here to answer any questions that you may have. And that's our NFT talk for the day.
Last one thing. So I probably got 10 DMs today saying, this is going to be my first NFT. I'm all in, but I've never even bought Ether. Guys, just send me a DM. I've already done a few video calls where we share the screen and I help people through it. It's actually kind of what I enjoy the most. So don't feel like it's ever a burden. I'm happy to do it. So send me a DM. We'll get on a call. You could have my cell phone number. We could do a FaceTime. We could do a screen share on Discord, and happy to walk people through that have never done it. It's one of those things. I got to be honest with you. I'm fortunate now looking back that I got into crypto in 2013, 14, because I have a few of these kind of experiences under my belt. It's one of those things that you do it once and you get it. At first, it feels so daunting. And it's like, what am I doing? I'm sending my money to these random 48 characters. But guys, once you go through it twice and you see the full loop and how safe it is, how easy it is, it makes sense. So don't be overwhelmed by something that you haven't tried before. Know that you're in good hands. We'll walk you through it. I love doing this stuff. I'm happy to jump on a screen share and help you guys out.
Let's
get into our plays.
Yeah, man.
I bet our plays are extremely different today.
How about the play? The play is going to be the Lucas Tigers. Listen. I'm thrilled. I don't know what's going to end up happening, and we'll find out next week. For anybody who's thinking about doing it and has any questions, Andrew's right. Just reach out to us and know that we will be there every step of the way, pre-mint, during mint, after mint, and for years to come. We really think this is a cool way of just kind of.
I know what's going to happen.
Being members of the community, us saying thank you and continue to deliver for you, and what's going to happen? Can I just say this? One of the things that I talked about with Andrew in our first month. This is not NFTs specific, so don't tune out if you're that guy who hates the NFTs. Was our orange tiger stripes that are around our Instagram page, right? The avatar, right? We have a little picture of ourselves there with the orange stripes. And I told Andrew that this was before it was being done with NFTs. It was before the punks. It was before all that stuff. And I said I had this vision of the Luca Nation. All the people who are fans of Lucas, Tigers, and Bronze. That you'd have tiger stripes. That people would be earning their stripes. Listening and engaging and being part of the community. And it's funny because obviously this is not what I was thinking at the time, but. It will.
Basically what you were thinking.
It will get us there, This was the better part of a year before I even knew what an NFT was, and yet still, it's a cool thing. I'm really excited to see that people's Twitter account, their profile pictures being changed to Lucas Tigers. It's just going to be a really cool thing, and we're going to make sure that when people do that and they're repping Lucas Tigers, that we're going to do what we can to make sure that it's worth their time to do that and worth their investment in doing it. So, all right, please.
We think about cards, right, as stocks. We've talked about that for a while. Alternate investing, they're similar to stocks. There's some differences. We should also think about grading companies as stocks, right?
Okay.
So if we play that thought exercise, to me, PSA is trading at an all-time high, right? They're far and above number one. HDA, they're trading at their 52-week highs, is how I'd put it. They're not near PSA, but they're trading at 52-week highs. SGC's had a nice little run, but I'll tell you, if I'm looking at one stock and it's trading near the lows, what company do you think that is?
BGS, you looking for a dead cat bounce in Beckett?
Well, so here we're looking at a stock. That's a good one. That's a great one, actually. Dead cat bounce. I always picture that in my head. I get the visual representation of that, and it's like a mindfuck. So I'm looking at BGS and I'm thinking, okay, grading we know is subjective. Right now, there's this post floating out there. Somebody had a Kobe Bryant rookie. They took it was a PSA 8 when they graded it first, regraded it, got a PSA 5, then regraded, got a BGS 9.5. Like, okay. Obviously, grading has some subjectivity because that's not a one-off case like the internet wants to pitch. I got 10 to 15 PSA 5s out of the 200-300 cards I've graded. And these are modern cards. Cage has as well. So for whatever reason, only recently.
I've never got a 5 ever.
Now, PSA 5
if I submit enough cards, there's 5s in there. I now know there'll be a 5, no matter what.
And that 5, some of those 5s look better than the 6s, 7s, and 8s I've gotten. So I always wonder, what does that PSA 5 mean? But anyway, so we know that there's at least some subjectivity in grading, right? We all have different perceptions of how subjective it is. There's also this thing of like, what does the market want, right? So the market is frustrated with BGS because they've raised prices. They don't really seem to care about consumers. They haven't done anything publicly to say, you guys are in good hands or trust us, right? But at the same time, they haven't said anything publicly. They've just gone about their business. They have a track record. They have cards that are sold in the millions of dollars. And I'm starting to look at their market as an opportunity. So when markets are kind of the way they are, right now, it's not a very volatile time in cards, right? We always talk about this volatility, like Jordan card went up 20x. Well, volatility is actually a good thing because without volatility, it cuts both ways, right? Sure, cards could fall a lot or assets could fall a lot, but they could also gain a lot. So volatility is important. Right now, in a period with a lack of volatility, I start looking for arbitrage. So arbitrage is where you could take something here and sell it here and have a profit margin. What we typically do with cards is we buy something here, we hold it, and we hope it appreciates. Okay, great. That's investing, that's appreciation. Great. That's one way to make money. But arbitrage, taking something here, doing something in the middle, and selling it for more is what I'm looking for opportunities in a non-volatile market. It's actually a great time to do that because in a non-volatile market, arbitrage is a lot easier to spot. I'm starting to look at BGS 9.5s. And I had a great conversation with someone who's basically become a mentor in the hobby for me, Eric Myers, Haley Hustle. He says a lot of people talk about their entry strategy, but very few people talk about exit strategy. So let's talk about the PSA 10 Michael Jordan 1986 Fleer. Okay, so you buy that card for $200K, right? It goes up to $400K. You want to sell it to get your money, but you know you're never really going to have another opportunity to rebuy that card. So you're kind of like stuck in the middle. You're like, I want to take my profit, but I also want this card. Same thing happens. Let's go and say that a BGS 9.5 Jordan is $80K. Let's say you buy 5 of those. And that $80K, and it doesn't double, it doesn't go to 160, it goes to 140. Okay? So the return, bless you, Pravda. I am speaking the truth.
Thank you.
It doesn't go up as much. It doesn't double. So the PSA 10 doubled, the BGS 9.5 hasn't doubled. But you have an exit strategy baked in because you could take 4 of those BGS 9.5 Jordans, sell them off, and what do you have left? You're holding a Jordan. So you've made your money, and now you're sitting on house money, and you have that Jordan. And we talk about these entry points, but we don't talk about exit. And I think with BGS right now, because they're selling at 45 to 50% of a PSA 10, which is absurd, you have a real opportunity to kind of fractionalize PSA 10s with BGS 9.5s. And even if PSA 10s outpace 9.5s in their gains, you still have the opportunity to have an easier exit strategy where you could sell off a portion of your portfolio versus the whole thing. So guys, this is what I think. And by the way, if we just circle back to NFT, when Cage said, and I said, I know what's going to happen. It's if one person buys the NFT or 10,000 buy it, nothing's going to change with us. We're going to hop on here. We're going to give you guys free information. We're going to give you plays, but also strategies. And we're going to be a part of this community long term. And I think little examples like this, where yesterday I bring you one play. 2 days ago, I bring you the canvas play, which is in a piece of art. Today, I bring you a strategy, something to look at. So we always want to have you guys thinking about different ways to position yourself, different ways to make money. Today's different. Today's strategy and arbitrage versus, hey, look at this investment. Over to you.
I like it. And, the exit strategy is something we talk about here, having different exit strategies, different exits here and there on making a play. And my play today is actually, it falls in line with that because it does have multiple exits. Not a lot of people are going to love this one. I absolutely love it.
You said this is one of your best plays.
I absolutely love it. And here's why not a lot of people are going to love it. It's baseball. So right off the bat, there are people who don't love baseball. It's a pitcher. So second, besides Ohtani, people don't really love pitcher plays. And the dude's 37 years old. Right? So if you can look past those 3 fun facts, 37-year-old, we're not investing in a youngster here, pitcher and a baseball card, then I think I got a play for you guys. And there are a few of them on eBay. And, it's an interesting play here. It's an interesting play. So, sorry, man. We got the same person continuing to text me, even though I said recording, and the texts just keep coming in. But in any event,
do you know how Do Not Disturb works, Cage?
No, I never do that. I'm too old. My phone does not have a mute button. My phone does not. The hair is blue. So anyway, 37 years old. Sunday of this week, immaculate inning. Do you know what an immaculate inning is?
You want me to pull it up?
No. I'm asking. I'll tell you what it is. An immaculate inning is somebody who.
It's a perfect inning.
Yeah.
Strike out 1, 2.
9 pitches. Not just up and down. Not just striking out the side. Strike out the side on 9 pitches. So you throw 9 pitches, 9 strikes, done. Okay. So this guy did that on Sunday, right? And what was fun about it is one of the 3 strikeouts was Fernando Tatis. I think it's the 3rd time that he's done this, in an immaculate inning. He's done it before. Maybe he's done it twice. I think the only other people who've done it as many times as him were Sandy Koufax and Chris Sale. So fun stuff, right? No, not Nolan Ryan. He was awesome, buddy, but no, he didn't do that, right? So he also in the same game, a couple innings later, reached 3,000 strikeouts, making him only the 19th pitcher to ever get 3,000 strikeouts for the career. So now you got somebody who's being talked about the same breath as Sandy Koufax, and only 18 other pitchers have had more strikeouts than him, right? Which is it's pretty impressive. And he took a no-no into the 8th inning where it was broken up. It is what it is. You can't pitch no-hitters all the time, but he has 2 of them already. This would have been his 3rd. He's one of only
Max Scherzer?
He's one of only 35 pitchers to have 2 no-nos, right? Here's the fun. When we talk about our exits, this guy's already won a World Series. He's already won 3 Cy Young Awards, right? And he got traded to the Dodgers. He was already having such a good first half with the Nationals that he was the starter for the All-Star game for the National League, right? So he was already starting at the All-Star game, traded to the Nats, and in his 8 starts, he has an ERA of .88. Leads the league in ERA, WHIP, hits per 9, you name it, all that stuff. And it's going to come down to him and Corbin Burns of Milwaukee on who wins the Cy Young for the National League this year, which doesn't really happen when you're traded too often. It would be his 4th Cy Young Award, which would be pretty crazy. I think he'd be like a 5th person to do that. And we're already talking about this, like the CC Sabathia trade in 08, these great midseason trades that just go down in history as like, wow, look at these, this is, Kershaw just came back. He doesn't look like himself. His fastball's under 90. He's still good. 33 years old.
You can't trust Kershaw in the postseason. This is a winning pitcher.
But the Dodgers, they're behind the Giants right now. But there's not that many people who believe the Giants are going to stay there. Oh my God, there's not that many people who believe the Giants are going to stay there. And it's a lot.
Hey Al, would you stop sending him pictures?
Yeah, dude. What? Come on with the texts, brother. Read it. It says recording. Anyway, so it is what it is. Just so Scherzer, all these fun things, and forget about all the individual accolades. He may win again. I mean, there's not many people out there who think that the Dodgers are going to have much trouble winning. Some good teams out there. It's not going to be the easiest run for them, but people think the Dodgers got another shot of winning. And here's a guy who, if there's one thing he didn't.
They have an all-star game and they have an all-star team on both sides of the ball.
If there's one thing that his resume might be lacking, it's that when he got there, even though he was the number 1 pitcher, when he got there with the Nats, it wasn't his pitching that was the decider. It was Strasburg, believe it or not, at the time. That's why he won the MVP, and not Scherzer. So talk about a nice, topper on the season if he's out there and he wins the MVP. He has some killer nationally televised games for the Dodgers, you name it. My play is his 2008 Topps Update UH 280 PSA 10. They are available. Buy it now for $740. And PSA 10, you want to buy a 9 because you don't want to invest $740. Fine. What's funny about this is that there are ones up at auction that are higher than the $740. And what that tells me is people are bidding on these and not even looking at the ones that are available out there, and they're starting to bid these things up. And the couple of them that are there below $750 will be gone. And that this card in the postseason will probably move closer to $1,000, if not over. And if you want to, if he's having a postseason run, you'll probably be able to sell this one with a profit. There's one exit. If they win, as many people think they're going to win, and he has a great season, I think you'd be able to sell for even more profit. But if they don't, and you decided to hang on to it, and you have missed those 2 exits, fun postseason run, World Series, you name it. His contract's up at the end of the year. And normally you'd say a 37-year-old maybe he's going to hang it up. Look at the season this guy's having. He's the best pitcher in the league. Best pitcher in baseball, perhaps. And he will be re-signing somewhere else, maybe re-signing with the Dodgers. Maybe he'll sign somewhere else. And that will provide another possible exit when that fan base sees that he's signing with them, especially if it's not with the Dodgers, right? And a whole other fan base is like, oh, look at this, you know. And imagine he wins the World Series and re-signs with the Dodgers and maybe comes back as a favorite to win another championship. So the point here is inexpensive card, right? Cool-looking card. Same year as Kershaw, by the way.
Yep.
And Scherzer's might actually sell for a little less, which is pretty crazy.
Also, kind of a cool card, guys. I'll pull it up here. It's like a facsimile auto. Thank you.
Yep,
so here it is. There's more PSA 10s than I actually initially thought there might be.
It's like 1,100 or so. Like
yep,
something like that.
So here's the card on Star Stock. Not graded PSA 10, but this is what it looks like. Kind of I think 2008 Topps, anything Topps or Topps Chrome is kind of a little bit of an iconic set with this
cool looking, right?
Design. Yeah, I very much like 2008 Topps.
And I mean, listen, this guy's had a great career. He's done a lot of stuff. He doesn't have much more in the tank, but he's already done everything he needs to do. He's a Hall of Famer. I think it's pretty clear. The question will just be what ballot he gets in on. And there's another exit many years from now. But I love this play. I'm getting excited for postseason baseball, which is going to come up. There's a lot of cool things that are going to happen between now and then. But I love the season change. And, we're going to be playing meaningful baseball games in October. And this guy just seems to always be playing meaningful games in October. And now he's going to do it on a huge stage out with the Dodgers in the team that won last year. It almost reminds me sort of like Kevin Durant, coming over to the Warriors when they already won. And, he puts his little stamp on it, gets his ring there. So that's my play. I mean, you can't argue with the numbers.
Max Scherzer, man, it's going to be a fun series. We talked about it yesterday. Giants, Dodgers, they're head and shoulders the best two teams in the major leagues. And if you look at the Dodgers, man, I mean, I know Trevor Bauer's not pitching right now, but Scherzer, Kershaw, Julio Urias, Walker Buehler, Joe Kelly, Cole Hamels, David Price. I know some of these guys are washed up, but they're just stacked. And then their lineup is even better. It's incredible. It's fun heading into. I love October baseball. I very much do. So
a lot of people don't love the baseball play, but think about this, right? I mean, this guy is one of the greats currently playing. He's done everything you could ever ask a pitcher to do. He's a cool personality, and to be able to get a 13, 14-year-old rookie card of somebody who's clear-cut Hall of Famer and still has the potential to increase this year and going forward at the price point that it's at, I like the play.
I'm worried the only thing with Scherzer is he never had a huge fan base.
Yeah, because he's moved teams. He started with the D-backs. He was on the Tigers for a little while, Nationals, now the Dodgers. So yeah, that's there's definitely something to be said about that. If he goes out there and pitches a couple games, lights out in the World Series, the Dodgers will embrace him as theirs pretty quickly.
And honestly, I could see him pitching a no-hitter, a perfect game, 8-inning, 9-inning kind of shutout type of thing in the postseason. That he has that stuff. So definitely like it. Two different plays. You got a pitcher, PSA 10 of a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer, and here my play is my most hated grading company, BGS. I think that they're completely underpriced across the board. I'm actually probably interested in you guys doing some research. Like, you guys go to the video, I'll try to pull it up here, where I talked about the Connor McDavid play for
you did it. You did it. You said McDavid. Good job.
Connor McDavid. So where is it? But when I made that play, someone commented on the episode and they said, if you can't afford this one, you should try these other guys. So let me see if I could find. Anyway,
other players or other cards for Connor McDavid?
Other cards, other opportunities. Like if Connor McDavid is overpriced, give this guy a shot, or this guy's also a canvas, an opportunity. Yeah, I can't find it right now. Sorry, guys.
We'll post about it. Or if you're interested in hockey, Any of the three of you can message Andrew. Just kidding, hockey fans. I know we got a lot of hockey fans who listen.
Guys, I gotta tell you, I am so excited for our Sunday Whatnot show. I know I can't stop talking about it, but last night I already put together a whole board of kind of leans. These games I'm laying off, these games I'm really, really confident in, these games I'm leaning towards. So I love starting to cap the games early on in the week. For me, that gives me a lot of perspective.
How'd that work out for John Anthony, though, when he made his pick?
I know. You're already picking on Tuesday?
Picking on Tuesday, yeah. And if you want, I'll give you next week's games on Friday. All right. That didn't work out. That didn't work out too good for him.
That was after he kind of lost his mojo, after he found out that Stu Feiner was the one who paid off that lady and he didn't have confidence. I'm going in with a lot of confidence off my 2-4 record last week. So,
oh, what was my record?
I'm not sure, man. We didn't keep track of last week's picks.
I'll find it.
We will
1 week. I'll the episode.
Okay. We will this week. So
can I say one thing, guys? Don't get disturbed about fantasy. So fantasy is one of those weird things, right? It's, I don't really love the daily fantasy. I like the whole deal. Don't get disturbed about fantasy. Here's one of the crazy things about fantasy. So I won this week, and Lamar Jackson's late turnover. I would have had the best point outage. Like I had number 1 in points, and then because of that, I fell to number 2 after he fumbled the ball in overtime. So I felt
I won because of that, Cage. So
wow.
I was going into overtime. We were tied. I was going to win by like half a point. Then he had the Ravens defense, so they got an interception. So he went into the lead, and then they fumbled, and I got the lead back.
That's amazing. So that fumble cost me, the number 1. So you don't win anything for top scorer of the week. But the point here, and it's funny, you're making the point also. Like think of how crazy that is. You could have been just as good as drafting. The way the ball bounces, one play here and there determines whether or not you win. So the guy I played against this week, I believe, had the 3rd or 4th highest point total in the league, but is now sitting at 0-1 because he played me, and I had a lot of points. Whereas in one of the other matchups, the 2 teams with the lowest scoring played each other. So it was one had like 80-something points, one had like 90 points. Like I would have beat both these guys by like 60, 70 points. They were horrible, but the guy with 90 points, there's 12 teams in the league. He would only beat 1 team. He was the 11th scoring offense, but the team he was playing against, the one he beat, that guy's 1-0, and the poor guy who played against me, who outscored him by 50 points, is 0-1. Don't get discouraged. It's 1 week of fantasy. Everything will even out. Don't get oh my goodness. Like you posted somewhere like, hey, what was your waiver wire pickup? And I'm like, that was today. Like, this is how horrible I am in fantasy. I'll probably just go straight the whole season with the team I drafted. I think my waiver priority was pretty good too because I was low in the draft, and it didn't matter. I didn't pick anyone up. I'm sure there was a steal.
We changed our waiver priority. We're doing like that whole $100 buy-in type of thing. Like you have $100 to spend on a waiver a week or a year.
Oh, so you could.
As soon as they change, I voted for that option, but as soon as they change it, I knew I'm not going to pick anyone up from the wire. I don't know what I'm doing. I like making trades though. I'm a huge trade fan. I might trade Mahomes. Away.
I'll take him, but we're not in the same league. But I'll take Mahomes.
No, we're not.
I give you Lamar Jackson and Travis Kelce for Mahomes.
But someone offered me on Jackson Cards 888. We played each other, and we're thinking of making a trade: Mahomes, Lamar, and Devonta Smith. But I don't know. We'll see.
Not enough. Not
worth
enough.
it. Not
enough. I mean, it's close. Sorry, I like Jack's 888, but hey, fantasy. We get to talk about this on Sunday on Whatnot. I'm excited. And maybe I'll throw some slabs into the mix, right? If I can figure out how to do that, we'll do. I'll throw maybe some football slabs, maybe some raw. I mean, I got that cool Trevor Lawrence college ticket auto out of 16 that Ian pulled. Maybe I'll throw that one up there. Maybe we have some fun cards. I think Ian recently pulled a Tua Prism Silver, which is a nice card, but we don't have it graded. There's a lot of football stuff that we opened in the last year that we don't really have graded. So maybe we'll throw some raw stuff out there and we'll figure it out.
And guys, just so you know, why we created this partnership the way it does is you don't have to buy a single card. The first hour, we just going to interact with you guys. You'll be in the comments. We'll see if we can bring a few people onto the live stream ourselves, and we're just going to preview the games. We're just going to talk about the weekend, the games ahead. fantasy against the spread, daily fantasy. So we wanted to do something different. Whatnot is blowing up. Just about every single content creator is now on there. So download the app, create an account. You don't have to spend a single dollar with us to get the show. 100% free. And we're just going to give you our analysis. This is the bets that we think are good. These are the teams, it's the players and stuff like that. So that's Whatnot. We gave you guys 2 plays. So thank you, all of you, for the support with the NFT project. Know that this is going to be a long-term project. It's ambitious. We're biting off a lot, but we appreciate that you guys put your trust in us, because we're not going to go anywhere. We're going to do everything. We're going to move heaven and earth to make sure that we over-deliver for you guys. And we're really looking forward to building this out, because what's cool with these NFT projects is you don't know, it's like we don't know what we don't know. A lot of the utility that's going to be eventually layered on is going to come from you guys asking for stuff. And that's going to be where it's really cool, where we could bridge maybe our relationships with some of the big players in the hobby and maybe connect that with the general community and get a lot done there. So really looking forward to that. You guys telling us this is the direction we want to head. So unless there's any final words, Cage, I'll cut it here. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Listen, that was awesome. That was a great conclusion there. I can't even do anything with it. Thank you.